Good morning. It's a lovely morning, guys. We've had a lovely couple of days here, I'm not going to lie. Hope you're all well. So, I was looking up some Twin Tower stuff yesterday, and I found out in 1945, was it, a plane crashed into the Empire State Building, right? And, you know, the first picture I sent there, I think that's an AI image of the plane. You can tell there's something off with that. But then I read into the story, right? And I thought, right, I just read up on things in the Twin Towers. I seen the wee link and I clicked on that. And I said, so basically it was a design fault that made the Twin Towers fall, right? Obviously the plane's hitting it and stuff, right? And there's loads of conspiracies about that. But a design fault. And it turns out that it's not a design. Anyway, right, let's go through it. What an adventure this is. Here we go. The World Trade Center towers were primarily constructed from steel and concrete and other materials playing a role. The core of each tower was made from steel columns and the floors were composed of composite slabs made of lightweight concrete. Right, lightweight. Anyway, here we go. The Empire State Building is constructed primarily from steel and concrete, with its exterior featuring limestone, granite and aluminium. The building's steel framework is covered in concrete and bricks, so pretty much didn't use anything lightweight. I then asked why the Twin Towers were built weaker, and I got the World Trade Center towers were not inherently built weaker than other skyscrapers, but their design, in combination with specific circumstances of 9/11 attacks, contributed to their collapse. While the towers were considered structurally robust and utilised advanced engineering, their open floor designs and inadequate application of fireproofing were significant factors into the vulnerability. The Empire State Building's more resilient to these things because, as it says, they use a thicker steel and they used limestone and they used this and they used... Right, so it was stronger, it was more robust. The Empire State Building's robust exterior provided better protection against structural damage. It says it there, like the highlighted bit. So I got a wee comparison here. The Empire State Building was constructed with a steel frame that was thicker and stronger than the steel used to make the Twin Towers. And as you can see, the Twin Towers were designed with a lighter weight steel frame and relied on a parameter tube design. So already you're gone, right? So why would they have done that? Why was it made weaker? So it was a design fault? Yeah, it's not. The collapse of the World Trade Center towers 9/11 was primarily caused by intense fires ignited by aircraft impacts, rather than the design fault. The National Institute of Standards and Technology investigation found that the fire weakened the steel core and floors, leading to a progressive collapse. While the towers were designed to withstand certain impacts and fires, the scale of the events of 9/11, The steel in the Empire State Building, unlike the Twin Towers, did not melt during the fires because the building design, that word design again, and the fire's intensity were significantly different. The Empire State Building structural design and fireproofing techniques include the use of fire-resistant materials like sheetrock were effective in mitigating the effects of the fires. The fires in the Twin Towers was intense enough to cause the steel to weaken and eventually collapse. So then I asked, is lightened steel weaker than heavier steel? And you get, yes, in general, lighter steel or any metal is weaker than heavier steel. Although there are exceptions, lighter steel typically has lower density and may be made with different alloys that affects its strength to weight ratio. It's a bit of a long one for the morning, but there was a lot to it, right? So when I look at that and read that, right, I'm not an architect or anything like that. I'm not any sort of building specialist. But just looking at that, it's kind of common sense to me saying that the design was at fault, yet it's saying it's not. What's your opinions in the comments, guys? This is, of course, for entertainment purposes and educational purposes and to fulfill my own hobby, if you like, that I do in my free time to try and understand a wee bit more what's going on in the world. Give us a wee follow. My beard is fantastic.